other news stories, Silvio Berlusconi, 76-year-old former Italian president, has been sentenced. He got sentenced to 4 years for fraud and tax evasion. But he's only going to do about 1 year, I think it is now. And he is another kiddie fiddler. It seems to be.
He likes young. I know he likes young. I didn't know he liked him quite that young. But he likes him young.
There was a thing a couple of years back where he kind of got away from it. There was some underground society in Italy, which we have probably here, within the BBC and the Parliament. But apparently they had all sorts of 12-year-old prostitutes and all sorts in there, and he lost his presidency, but now he's.
I thought he was going to run ministership.
Well, they had to get him for something, so they've got him for tax fraud now. Also, Abu Hamza has finally been extradited after being here, us paying for him for the last 8 years. Cost us millions of pounds. The hate preacher has been sent to America to stand trial, and he's also had his hook taken away from him. Which is crying about, but we probably paid for that anyway. Tax money, but
you can imagine him as a paedophile, couldn't you? Like Dustin Hoffman and go, "Hello, children."
There's a certain here with all of your news stories, Colin. I've got something written down here from the 7th, but it's got nothing to do with paedophilia or anything. So, and I'm hoping you're not. But we do have a minute and 10 seconds.
But I've only actually got one other thing, because it has been a bit of a slow one.
But Gary McKinnon.
No, I don't know.
Well, Gary McKinnon, they decided not to extradite him to America.
Oh yeah. Which I agree with.
Well, I agree with it, but what I don't agree with is that there was another guy with Asperger's syndrome who they did extradite.
Yeah, but he was more likely to be a terrorist.
I don't think there's any difference at all.
I suppose now you're going to look at it and you think, if you're kind of Middle Eastern looking with a long beard, and you're looking into the
well put.
Then you're gonna have to be careful. But then people are a bit more wary of you, maybe being a terrorist. But this guy was, it seemed to me like, obviously he had Asperger's, and he was fixed up on looking into security. And I think it was more to do with finding out if we've got any aliens or
that's what it was. Yeah,
which is I don't know. I don't think there was any form or any question of any kind of terrorism or terrorist acts that he was looking at.
No, but think about it this way, right? Okay. Right, so they decided not to extradite him on the basis that they thought that the Americans wouldn't basically look after him properly because he had Asperger's, right?
Yeah.
That was why they didn't send him.
He would have been on suicide watch or something.
Yeah. But the other guy had Asperger's and they sent him.
Yeah, but I think there was. I don't know. You're gonna make a judgment on each individual case. And I think there's a bit more to it than just the simple facts that we know about.
But there probably was.
I don't know. I mean, I agree that he shouldn't have been extradited.
Oh yeah, so do I.
But
they shouldn't have extradited the other guy either.
No, well, you don't know. But anyway, a nursery school teacher was caught with 19 children in a Renault Clio.
No!
19?
Yeah. Now I have a Renault Clio, and I was always wondering how many people you could fit in it.
No, you know.
I mean, Jimmy Savile used to take a lot of kids to his wagon, but if he'd known you could fit 19 kids into a Clio, I think he might have gone for the cheaper option.
Yeah, I think he would have.
And the cops found her. She had 6 kiddies in the boot, 3 on the front seat and 10 in the back seat, and she was fined £100. Yeah, I don't know whether she actually lost her job.
Oh, good God.
But I don't know if there's anything to do with the school. I mean, you could see the pictures of them in the paper, and it was quite funny. They're all crammed into this. So, after all the paedophilia scandal stories, I thought we could, have something a bit more light-hearted. So I was desperately looking, but there hasn't been a lot going on, like I said. You said you got a story.
Well, I found it quite funny actually. It's got nothing to do with paedophiles or anything, but 10 days ago, in Chorley, let me get rid of that. A police tasered a man for what they thought was carrying a samurai sword.
Oh, yeah.
It turned out to be that the man was carrying a white stick because he was totally blind in one eye and partially blind in the other eye. And also in the news, the
he had a
Metro...
heart attack, didn't he, as well?
Sorry?
He had a heart attack as well, didn't he, the guy that they tasered?
Did.
Yes, I think he did.
I mean, you'd think that they would, they have to warn you before they shoot you.
Well, they did, but he didn't hear because he
Actually, deaf as well.
No. He thought that they were talking to somebody else.
Oh, well, he would, wouldn't he? You know,
As you would if you're an old man in your bar.
You've got to be a certain distance to tase someone.
Yeah.
You've got to be quite close.
A few feet, yeah.
He must have been able to see
How
him.
can you not see the difference between a white stick and a samurai sword? I don't know, but...
Goes to show how stupid the police are. I mean, they pulled you up a couple of times.
Well, they shot a man with a chair wig, didn't they? They actually shot him, did they?
Yeah.